Welcome into the Kansas City Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Lots of juicy rumors to get into, plus some news around LeVeon Bell, so stay tuned for that as well. But the trade deadline is less than 2 weeks away, so how about a John Ross trade? How about no? I actually don't like this idea. He has requested a trade from the Cincinnati Bengals. He's been injured a lot. He's been inconsistent when he has been on the field. Obviously, he wowed us all when he got clocked at a 4.22 40 at the Combine back in 2017. Didn't actually run that fast, but he is very fast. And we know the Chiefs love speedy wide receivers. Here's the difference. They love good, speedy wide receivers. John Ross hasn't been good. John Ross is just a guy who ran fast one time at the NFL Combine, got taken in the top 10 by the Cincinnati Bengals, and has basically done nothing since. You look at the names on this list. Chris Johnson is the only guy who ran super fast in the 40 there that actually had a solid NFL career. Have you heard of any of those other guys? Maybe you've heard of Dre Archer. I doubt it. I hadn't even heard of Rondell Menendez. So most of these guys, they just flame out. They're track stars, and they haven't been good in the NFL. That's been the case with John Ross. Now, he's a free agent after this year, so if the Chiefs want to go sign him in free agency to a cheap one-year deal, I got no problem with that. But I'm not trading draft capital for John Ross when I've got plenty of weapons at wide receiver. He can't stay healthy. He's only played in 3 games this year, only played in 8 last year. 2018, he sort of burst onto the scene with 7 touchdowns, but he still only had 210 yards. That was more of a fluke rather than anything else. I don't want John Ross. I don't need John Ross. More on this idea in a minute. But first, we have gotten a lot of new Chiefs Report subscribers recently, so I appreciate you guys. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. But that's not the final thing to do. After you subscribe, hit that notification bell. It should pop up right next to the subscribe button. After you click it, it'll give you a couple of different personalization options. Hit all. Select all. That means you'll always get notified on your phone when we post a video to the channel. That way you never ever miss a Chiefs Report video. So go ahead, subscribe, make sure all is turned on once you hit that notification bell. And I mentioned, Chiefs got plenty of weapons. They don't need John Ross. Is John Ross better than Mecole Hardman? Nope. Is he better than DeMarcus Robinson? Nope. I don't think he's better than Byron Pringle. Maybe he is, but if he is, he's your 5th wide receiver. Like, who cares at that point? I'd rather just keep Pringle and let him continue to develop, because when he gets opportunities, he plays pretty well. And it just, where's he going to fit in? These are your top 4 receivers. You also have Travis Kelce, and you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire and LeVeon Bell who can catch the ball. John Ross on this team makes no sense whatsoever. Would it be fun on Madden? Yes, because you get another 97 speed guy. Real life doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, by the way, you have Travis Kelce as well. Where are the targets going to go if you bring in John Ross, who hasn't been that good in Cincinnati? It's just not going to happen. I say no to John Ross. You know, if you want him, that's fine, but at the end of the day, I'm just not interested. But I'll leave it up to you guys. Should the Chiefs trade for John Ross? If you think they should, type T for trade. If you think they should pass, like I do, type P for pass. I don't want John Ross. Now, another interesting story, Earl Thomas. We're going to talk about the possibility of signing him right after this YouTube ad break. Oh, so should the Chiefs sign Earl Thomas? Fansided strikes again with a clickbaity headline, and guess what? We're following this story here as well. I don't think this makes a lot of sense. Brett Veach, as we know, is a very opportunistic GM. He did sign LeVeon Bell after all, but should he go after Earl Thomas? I don't think it makes sense. The Chiefs actually have a good trio of safeties. Like, this is not a thin position for Kansas City. Tyrann Mathieu is an excellent safety. He's better than Earl Thomas. Juan Thornhill is one of the best young safeties in the NFL, and Dirty Dan Sorensen is pretty damn solid as well. Then you got your depth pieces in Tedrick Thompson, Armani Watts. You don't need Earl Thomas. I know the Chiefs run some 3 safety sets a decent amount of the time, but I don't bring that cancer into this locker room. This trio can get it done, especially those top 2 guys. You can mix and match with what you got. Oh, by the way, when L'Jarius Sneed comes back, he's going to factor into this secondary as well. Don't bring Earl Thomas. Is he one of the best of this generation? Absolutely. Earl Thomas is a fantastic football player, but he's more known for having an orgy with his brother at this point than he is for what he does on the football field. That's a problem. I don't want Earl Thomas. He's had a lot of off-the-field issues in the past 18 to 24 months. No, thank you, especially since let's be honest, the level of play dipped off a little bit in 2019. Still a good player. I don't think he's an all-pro anymore, and even if he was, I'm not taking a chance here if I'm Kansas City. I think he'll sign somewhere eventually, just don't think it'll be with the Chiefs. So should the Chiefs sign Earl Thomas? Like I said, man of the people, type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in. Let me know if the Chiefs should sign the former Ravens safety. I say no way, but I'll leave it up to you guys. Something I encourage you guys to definitely do, because I've done it and I've made some money, is get going with our sports betting partner, BetUS. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. You got to go to that link when you use that promo code Chiefs125. That'll get you a 125% deposit bonus. Take a look at the latest MVP odds. Patrick Mahomes creeping up. If you want to get a good value play, put some money on Mahomes. I think Kyler Murray is a decent, big value play there. If you gamble there, maybe they beat Seattle this week. That could put him up higher on the charts. But if you want to bet on the NFL MVP, Rookie of the Year, Clyde Edwards-Helaire's in the mix there as well. Whatever it is, obviously games on Sundays, you can do it with BetUS at chatsports.com/ChiefsBet, promo code Chiefs125. And we still have this promo deal for new customers only. If you haven't gotten signed up yet, you can get a free jersey from us. Once you deposit, once you place that first bet, email us, chiefs@chatsports.com. We'll get you guys hooked up with a free Chiefs jersey after you deposit and place that first bet. It's a great deal. It only lasts through the end of the month, so take advantage while we are still doing this. You can get any current player on the Chiefs, at least the top guys. Chiefs@chatsports.com to redeem and take advantage of that jersey deal after you get going with BetUS. Oh, let's talk about one cancer to another. Antonio Brown, shall we? Eric Mangini, former failed Jets head coach, hopped on First Things First today and said, I actually like Antonio Brown in Kansas City. I actually don't, because I don't know about you guys, but he's been on 3 teams in the last 12 months. That's a problem. He is a bigger red flag than Antonio Brown is. It's a shame, or than Earl Thomas is. It's a shame because these two guys are as talented as they come at their respective positions. Antonio Brown was on pace to be an NFL Hall of Famer, but the guy just can't get out of his own way. He's a mess. He won't stay off Twitter. He causes problems in locker rooms. He doesn't like a helmet he likes a helmet he's not allowed to wear based on rules, throws a tantrum, and gets cut by the Raiders. Then the Patriots cut him after a game. The guy's a mess. He's not worth it. Don't sign Antonio Brown. Eric Mangini is a failed former coach, throwing this out there. So let's keep that in mind as well. Looks like the Seahawks might sign him, which, best of luck to Russ and the boys up there. But Mahomes doesn't need him. We got plenty of weapons here in Kansas City. Stay away from AB. Stay away from ET. But if you had to pick one, let me know. ET for Earl Thomas, AB for Antonio Brown. Which one are you signing if you had to pick one? Gosh, if I had to pick, I guess it would be Earl Thomas, but I don't want either of these guys. Just my opinion. But ET for Earl Thomas, AB for Antonio Brown. Talk a little bit about LeVeon Bell before we sign off here. He spoke with the media publicly for the first time since joining the Chiefs on Wednesday, saying, look, this gives me an opportunity. I can kind of reset my career here after a rough stint with the Jets. Andy Reid hasn't yet committed whether or not LeVeon Bell will play this week. That was as of Wednesday afternoon. We'll see if he says anything here on Thursday, but he has not spoken yet as we film this, so we'll have to wait and see. LeVeon Bell had this to say, saying, I played at a high level for so long, I had 2 years where it has not been at a high level, with the Jets, of course. And people kind of look at it like that. So I wanted to get here, get my feet back under me, get in a good offense, get the ball when I can, and have not too much pressure on me, just play football. And then he also said this, when I decided to come here, I already knew the weapons, and there's only one football to kind of go around. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity to show what I can do in space, running routes. I think this offense is a good fit for my skill set. I think Coach Reid does a good job of getting backs the ball in space. So Le'Veon Bell understands, look, I'm not going to come in here and get 25 touches per game. he is well aware that there is a lot of weapons on this offense, like we illustrated earlier in this show. But he understands, hey, this is a winning culture. This is a really excellent offensive staff in Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy. He knows that there is a chance that he can get some things done in this Chiefs offense, and I'm excited. I am excited like hell to watch LeVeon Bell play football for the Kansas City Chiefs because I think he's going to be a fun piece to already a fun offense. More on this in a second. Wanted to let you guys know we still have these Chiefs face masks on sale for you guys at chatsports.com/Chiefs masks. Most of these are on sale, so take advantage while they are still here. That link will be in the comments. It'll be in the description. We got solo packs all the way up to 4-packs. This 2-pack just released last week. I think it's one of their better looking ones. Chatsports.com/Chiefs masks. Got to wear one of these whether you like it or not. That's just the world we live in right now. This 4-pack, the best bang for your buck. You can hook yourself up and 3 of your friends. Chatsports.com/Chiefs masks. That link will be in the comments and it'll be in the description. Look at what Dylan McCullough, the running backs coach of the Chiefs, had to say about Bell, saying clearly he has some juice in the tank. Some of the things I've seen from him in a couple of days have been really impressive to me. So we talked about this when they signed him. It's a combination of, A, Bell's probably not what he was in Pittsburgh, but he's not as bad as he was with the Jets. The Jets are just a disaster. That is the main problem there. So we'll see. I'm curious to see, how many touches he gets. I put a community post up saying over under 10 touches per game. Most of you guys said over. I kind of with you. I think 11 to 14 is where I'd like to see Bell sit. Not sure that'll happen this weekend, even if he does play. But long term, for the rest of the season, I think that could be about the range in terms of how much we see Le'Veon Bell. Regardless of how much we plays, we're all excited. And if you're as excited as I am, type me in the comments section to support Le'Veon Bell. If you're excited to watch him play in this Chiefs offense, I can't wait to see vintage Lev Bell under Andy Reid in Kansas City. I think it's going to be fun. May not see a bunch of them this weekend against Denver, but I think moving forward, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, game coming up on Sunday. It's another big one, AFC West matchup between the Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Give me Kansas City in this one. Big. I think the Chiefs got back on track against the Bills. Denver's playing a little better ball. That defense is all right, but I think Kansas City will take care of business on the road. By the way, looks like it's going to snow in this game. Remember last time it snowed between these two teams? Patrick Mahomes dominated Drew Lock in Kansas City. Only difference this time, it's going to be in Denver. I can't wait. We'll have more coverage after the game on Sunday and possibly leading up until then, so keep it here on the Chiefs Report.